There was a question that was asked earlier this week, and it was by a good friend of mine named Jamar Mitchell. He's, if you don't know him, he works in student life, and he's basically like my mentor. So the question was, what does CrossOver have to offer that is different from every other organization on campus? So, of course, you know, thinking about this, I'm like, okay, we got CLW points. He's like, okay, well, so-and-so got CLW points, and this person got CLW points, and this person got CLW points. So, okay, we can't use that. Okay, well, we got Converse. He said, okay, that kind of makes you a little unique, a little different. I was like, okay, I don't like the way my answers are really fitting this question, because it seems a little weak right now, right? It seems like I don't know what the freak I'm talking about, and I need to step away, because you need with a left hook. So I'm like, I'm staggering right now, I'm stumbling over my words, I'm trying to figure out, you know, where do I go with this thing. So overnight, I asked God, I was like, so truly, what is CrossOver about? You know what I'm saying? What are we trying to do? Where are we trying to go with this thing? And I only heard one word, and it was refinement. Refinement. God spoke to me, he said, look, every day you wake up, I refine you, right? Every day you become a new creature. You become something new. Every single day you get new things, you get new tools in your toolbox. Every day you become sharper, stronger. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, I got something to hit Jamar with today. So I told him today, he looked at me like, okay, he had to shut it up. I was like, yeah, I got you now, bro. But it was exciting because I was like, that's exactly what CrossOver has to offer, is refinement. We're refining our tools to become future leaders. That is exactly what we are doing. Look, all the videos that I show, it's not for me. I promise you, it's for y'all. It's not for me. And I'm going to tell you exactly why it's not for me here in a moment. Because there's some things that I have already went through in my life, just past experiences that I told you about last week, that the whole lion and gazelle factor, right? I've already built those attributes of that lion. I've already been through so much in life that tells me, look, if you don't get up, Mike, you're going to be broke. If you don't get up, you ain't going to be able to pay your bills. If you don't get up, your wife's going to be mad. You understand what I'm saying? So I already have that voice inside of me that tells me when to get up, when to move, when to execute. So that's what I want to build in you all, is that voice that tells you when to go at all times, when to push at all times. So that's what CrossOver is bringing to the table, refinement. So I told you all last week that I refuse as a president to let you walk in here into CrossOver and sit down and me talk to you every day and you don't leave, you know, a different way. If you are not changed by what I'm saying, then I'm failing the mission as a president. And my boy needs to step up right here. No, seriously. But I'm failing though. And somebody else needs to take my place, because me as a Christian man, me as a man of God, me as an individual that claims to be in constant pursuit of Christ, should always come with a new word, should always come with something that's going to keep y'all tight, that's going to keep myself tight, and keep myself aligned with the Word of God. So, okay, so we're going to get into the core values of CrossOver, right? And some of these things are kind of military type of concepts, because those are things that just were embedded in me from the jump. So some of these experiences I'm going to be sharing with you are going to be military, you know, situations and things that happened back in the day and that I have basically utilized all the way till now, things that have, you know, transpired in my life. So the three core values, and please write this down, is consistency, excellence, and effort. Very simplistic in nature. Very, very simplistic in nature. Very simplistic. But it takes a lot. to do all three things, right? It takes a lot of you. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of preparation. One thing I've learned is that whenever I deviate from the process, whenever I deviate from what makes me click and what makes me go, what makes me get A's, what makes me get to where I need to go, I start falling off. So one thing I want you all to do is never deviate from the process. If you are at a certain point in your life where you know what it's going to take for you to get that A, right? Hopefully y'all don't cram. I'm praying y'all cram. I'm looking at a lot of people over here. But hopefully you all, you know, from a day-to-day basis, actually take the time out to actually study, you know, a course or whatever, day by day, 30 minutes, whatever it may take, right? But don't ever deviate from the process. Don't ever deviate from what makes you get A's. Don't ever deviate from what makes you great. Consistency is the method of life. And so I'm going to get into my next example here, and that is excellence. So as far as excellence is concerned, I'm going to give you an example where I failed, okay? Be real with you. So I told you all last week I have to be transparent about successes and failures, right? Because they do happen. So there was a time in the military, I know some of you all don't understand military terminology and things like that, but we were on the flight line, right? So it's basically where airplanes are. And I was supposed to be in charge of a certain area with millions and millions of dollars of equipment, let me put it like that, okay? And I was doing very good as a soldier. So I'm thinking I have a lot of leeway, right? So I'm like, you know what? I asked the guy on the other side of the flight line if I could, you know, go to his side and utilize a computer for schoolwork. And so he's like, no, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna do that right now. And so it's getting to a time where the time is getting real short. And so the shift is about to end. So I'm like, look, if I don't get to this computer, then I'm gonna get an F on whatever assignment I was trying to do. So I'm like, okay. I take, you know, my behind over there when I knew I was not supposed to be doing that, right? So I get over there, and lo and behold, he snitches on me basically, right? So he snitches on me and tells the flight chief that Michael was outside of his area, he wasn't in such and such area when he was supposed to be there. And so I'm like, man, why did you, you know, dime me out like that? You know, why did you, you know, throw me underneath the bus? And so he gives his reason, and I said, okay, that's fine. But obviously I wasn't as Christian as I am today, so there was a lot of cuss words. But I addressed the problem, and I'm just like, man. And so I'm talking to the flight chief. The flight chief was my boss. And so I'm pissed. I'm like, man, look, I'm just trying to do an assignment. You know what I'm saying? This man told me that I could utilize his area. When the time came, the time had passed hours ago, and he's not letting me have an opportunity to do what I need to do. What's the issue? And so this is something that some people might get, some people might not get. Is myself, me, I was bigger than the mission at that particular time. So there's going to be times in your life where you're going to have to be excellent, right? You have to do your job, whatever field you're in, whether it be school, work, or whatever. And you're just going to have to do what you need to do as far as in that realm is concerned. That means you don't ever get off track, right? You don't ever let somebody catch you slipping in that type of way. You have that consistent excellence within your practice. That particular time in what I was doing, I didn't show excellence. I showed a dereliction of duty. I had millions of dollars of assets sitting in a location, and I was supposed to be there. So basically what I said was, I'm bigger than the mission. I work for the Air Force. What's bigger than the Air Force? Nothing. It's been exactly. They'll tell you. They'll tell you, right?
The Army is.
Exactly. Okay, he got yours. But seriously though, it's just like you're basically saying you're bigger than what's going on. You're bigger than the team. And I didn't get that. It took me years to really figure that out to put things into perspective and say, Michael, you're gonna have to figure out some days that you're gonna have to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what's going on in life. It doesn't matter what other people say they're gonna do for you. Whatever. You're gonna have to sacrifice your ways for others, despite other things that might have happened between, in time and space. So that's my excellence example. And now my last example is effort. So when it comes to effort, right, it's something that it's a driving force. It's something that we have to have in order for us to get to a certain level. You know what I'm saying? Now, for me, effort is very important. I can't tell you how many times I've heard conversations around campus, and people were just like, "Man, I'm so glad I made that C up in that class, man. Woo, that was hard." And I'm just like, "Where are you at, though? Like, is that how you think, for real? Like, this C is cool? Where's your effort at? Do you really feel like mediocrity is okay?" I'll tell you what, like, mediocrity, my wife will tell you, is not cool with me. I hate it. Like, I shun it. Like, everywhere I go, I'm like, no, get away from me. So, I'll tell you real quick, and this is a very simple example as far as an effort is concerned. There's been numerous times where I come into class on the final exam, right? And they look at me and they're like, "Michael, why are you even here? You've already got 100 in class. Like, you shouldn't even be here." But that goes back to consistency, right? I made a vow to be excellent in everything that I do. So obviously I'm here for a reason. I'm here to be excellent. Basically what I'm saying is there's gonna be days, every day you have to basically reinvent yourself. So what you did yesterday, it no longer applies today. That's cool, you did that yesterday. You helped somebody out yesterday, that's cool. You got an A yesterday, okay, that's fine. But what about today? What are you gonna do today? What have you done for me lately? You know what I'm saying? That's what employers are gonna ask you. That's what a lot of individuals are gonna point at. What have you done for me lately? So that's what I want you to get, is the fact that I want you to be so excellent to the point where effort and things like that just come natural. It's just a turning wheel. So guess what? When you get to that next level, and when application need to be put in for a manager job, when you need to work for that law firm, when you want to be that doctor, people are just looking at you like, okay, who's gonna apply? You put on your application, you have minimum requirements, get all that type of stuff, that's cool. Guess what? You've been getting the training necessary, so whenever you step into that position, it just flows. I'm trying to tell you, I'm already thinking of ways of how I'm gonna, because I think whenever it comes to law, I think about things very strategically, I'll put it like that, okay? So I'm already thinking about how can I get an advantage of my opponent, basically. So if you're going to middle school, how can I get advantage of my opponent? That's just how I am. How can I be better? How can I be the best? How can I be the best in the room? That's how I'm always thinking. How can I make that next move? And so that's what I want you all to be in a constant pursuit of perfection, of excellence. Because that's what God is. That's what Jesus was all about. He was all about being perfect and also love, yes. But he was also about pursuing perfection. Now, he was not mediocre. You think Jesus just, I'm laying around, I'm chilling. No, he was up. He was Adam. He was an itinerant, was he not? Thank you. He was all around. He was doing the Lord's work. So that's all I have for you guys as far as that is concerned. I hope you all got something from it.